Hey, what's going on, guys? Just want to do a quick video about how to use Marketsmith for scanners. Now, one of the reasons why we use Marketsmith is if you look on the IBD, which is being offered by the Investors Business Daily, we want to look at the best industry groups to see where the money is actually flowing. One of the reasons why is the rankings, which is actually based on the number of factors, is based on the 6 month price performance. So you want to take a look at where the money is actually flowing, and you want to be in those industry groups. So keep in mind, when we're talking about sectors, we're talking about the actual industry groups. Uh, and based on their research, the majority of the leading stocks, they actually rise from leading industries. And in terms of the price movement, generally 30% of it is 30% of a stock's price movement is linked to the stock's industry group, right? So it means if the stock were to move 100%, the 100% of the move out of the 100%, 37% of it leads to the which industry group it falls into. Then the 12% falls into which sector it falls under. So combined, we can look at almost 49%. See, about the 49% of the in terms of the stock movement can be defined by just being in the right industry and in the right sector, right? So in terms of taking a look at the Marketsmith, which is being offered by the IBD, so here's what the IBD looks like. So what I'm really keying on in terms of scanners is when you open this Marketsmith, there's something called the screen alerts and notes, right? So when you click on this, the way you look at it is you can go to new screen. So you create a new stock screen, name it as a demo, and save it. So demo is going to be on there. Now you can go and select which industry sector is going to fall under. So based on the historical that we have seen, generally the industry group is between 1 and 20. Those are the top 20 industries in the group, how they have actually done, right? So we want to take a look at the top 20 industry groups. Then we also want to do some kind of classification of how many shares is actually traded for that particular stock. So I generally want to trade stocks which has at least 100,000. Keep in mind this is in 1,000, so we put 100. You're looking at 100,000 share minimum. You also want to take a look at in terms of the accumulation and the distribution, which is the AD rating, right? If you look at the AD, A means it's heavy buying, B means it's moderate buying. You don't want to take a look at C, which is usually a neutral balance. So you want to generally stick with A and B, which is going to give you good high quality stocks. So once you break it down, if you see on here, lower it down on here. So we check the stocks in the top 20 industry groups. We take a look at the stocks in the top, which trade about 100,000 shares and has an accumulation distribution of AB, which means heavy buying or moderate buying. So out of the 7,000 stocks, we are quickly narrowing down to 550 shares. So when you hit view screen results, you will get the 550 stocks found, and it's all going to be in here, right? So that's how you can go, and if you want to go and in terms of downloading it, you can always just print this list, or you can export it in an Excel file. So that's one way you can actually do it. In terms of to take a look at the industry groups, right? The way you do it is you take a look at the market's 197 industry groups right at the bottom over here. You look at the 197 industry groups and take a look at, okay, so they have 197 industry groups, but which of them is actually ranking higher? So if you want to take a look at the top 20 industry groups, then this is ranked between 1, scroll down, is all 1 to 20. All right, so if we click on it, we can actually take a look at, let's see, let's move this out. So in the top one is a telecom service wireless, right? So you can take a look at in terms of the RS rating for the industry group, or you can just click on stocks in the group and take a quick look at all the stocks which falls under the industry group. If you do top stocks, then based on the relative strength and the earnings per share, which is the top 5 stocks which shows up in terms of percentage of high, how off it is from the 52 high. All right, so you can quickly go through each industry group. One of the ways that I've really seen to best use this data is when you take a look at if the stock has been, if you look at this stock, right? 3 months ago, it was ranked number 2, ranked last week. If you spread it out here, right? So this is the clear definition. What it really says is the current week it was rank 1, last week was rank 1, 3 months ago was 2. So it's been consistent be at the top range. As compared to, you look at the telecom fiber optics, 3 months ago the rank was 156, and now last week was at 2, now it's 2. So it means these industry groups is actually quickly rising, right? So it means there is some kind of a strength in the industry. Now, we talked about the industry group carries the stocks by itself. The way you really see is, look at this industry group chart, right? You have an up move, a slight sideways movement. If you go through the individual stocks, what you'll see is it will have a similar pattern, right? All the stocks in the group will have similar pattern. So that's one way you do it. So let me go back to my list on here. Let's go back, do a demo, open edit. So we have the 550 stocks, right? So if you want to save it, you just go over here, importing list, yada yada yada. You don't need to worry about this. List management. Plug. Let's close this stuff. You don't need all this. So you can do export in Excel. So there you go. Boom. There's a file. So if you want to go and put it into, say, Thinkorswim, then you have all these stocks which shows up. So you have about 550 stocks, right? So you quickly take a look at it. Let's say you want to take a look at the first 200 stocks. So you do this. So here is all the stocks that is you're going to see. So these, all the 550 stocks are going to be in the top 1 to 20 industry groups, which has about $100,000 in volume, and in terms of accumulation distribution is moderate buying or even aggressive buying. So that's pretty much it. That's how one way I use it. If you want to go dig in a bit deeper, before that, if you just take a look at the stock, the easiest way to really browse through it is you can actually quickly spacebar it, right? So if you look at this AAAP, this is a nice pattern over here, right? I mean, if it's breaking down, it went back up over here, nice consolidation. This is a weekly chart. So this stock would actually be really good in terms of the AAAP, right? If you keep on going through, so you can quickly tab onto it and see what sectors is really doing. So again, up move, sideways consolidation, and now it's finding a nice pattern over here under the 100. So just by looking at the top 2 stocks, right, you actually got 2 ideas right there. So if you can quickly browse through it on the Marketsmith. So that's a really easy way to collect the top stocks in the top industry. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, hit me up at Twitter, which is at watchlisttalk, or email me at swatchlist@gmail.com. Have a good one.